So Malinovskis, Latvia in the red, Rafrafi, Tunisia in the blue. It's our final fight at light heavyweight, the 80 kilo division. And quickly to the centre of the ring there, Rafrafi. Looking to pile in behind that big right hand there. But the referee immediately telling Malinovskis that he didn't make contact with the knuckle part of the glove. Same could have been said of that left hook there from Rafrafi. Bit untidy this in the opening minute. These two yet to really get to grips with each other stylistically. And a lot of that when they both come forward at the same time, and the head of Malinovskis ends up around about the neck area of Rafrafi, who is the taller of the two, but also boxes quite tall, whereas Malinovskis likes to get into that kind of crouch that we see him in there as he comes forward. There is huge potential for a head clash here at some point. Looking for that right hand over the top. Very vocal support and instruction from the Tunisian corner away to my right hand side. I understand why the referee's telling Malinovskis to keep that head up. He just wears a good stiff jab there from Rafrafi, who I think has made a little bit of a dent in him there, maybe. He definitely felt at least one of them. And Rafrafi's just got to get his hands free here, shrug him off, get his hands free and let them go, because he's in a bit of trouble here, Malinovskis, and he's standing and swinging. He looks like he's about to come apart here if one more solid shot can land here from Rafrafi. He's buzzed, absolutely no question about it. And he's telling him to keep the head up. Has he taken a point there? I'm not quite sure. He brandished the thumb. It's possible. I thought for a second there like he might be showing it back to his corner, because he is a little bit out in his feet here. He needs one more solid shot here, Rafrafi, and this could be done. Well, he gets through to the end of the first round, but that was tough there for Malinovskis. He got clipped with a couple, maybe about a minute out. And then there was a rough road into the bell for him, but he got there. What he needs to do, Rafrafi, is just not shut down his own space. He doesn't need to be over-eager. Yes, take it to him, absolutely. But he's got to give himself enough room. And there's a double benefit to that. Number one, it gives him the best chance of landing. And number two, it makes it difficult for Malinovskis to smother and get a hold of him. I think that's the combination there, maybe. Well, 10-9s across the board there for Rafrafi. No sign of deduction, so I don't think that was the gesture that the referee was making. They're usually very clear when they do that. They'll point down to the table or look down to the table and be very deliberate with it. So into the second round. Looking for that big overhand right there, Rafrafi, but he doesn't just want to go hunting for big singles here. Still trying to set it up. There's a nice smearing right hand. He had a look at the referee there, Malinovskis. I'm not absolutely sure why. He was southpaw, then very quickly switch back to orthodox. A left hand has caught him as well there. Looking for the right hand there, Aleksandrs, and he's showing a lot of heart here because I don't think he's really shaken off the effects of that shot that hit him in the first round. And again, he walked straight onto a right hand there. Well, you could see the yellow card actually on the caption, so that deduction was made in the first round. They actually show it on the scores on the screen at the end of the fight. That was something I'd forgotten. He's just got to try and get himself a little bit freer there, Rafrafi. And the referee on Aleksandrs' case again for holding. He's got to be careful. Good left hand there from Rafrafi, who is winning this round. And he could be out of sight by the end of the second, because if he sweeps these first two on 10-9s plus the point deduction, then really this is all over, bar the shouting, or bar a knockout. Closing stages of round two, and he's been hanging in there, Aleksandrs, literally at times, just getting a hold of Rafrafi and trying to buy a little bit of time. He's still throwing though, and there goes the bell. And that was another round for Rafrafi from where I'm sitting, which would give him a 2-round lead plus the point deduction, which will come off at the end. Aleksandrs has done well to stay in there, to be perfectly honest, and those are the scores. So 3 scores of 20-18 for Rafrafi and 1 of 19
Third
apiece.
and final round.
But then, of course, you have to take into account the point deduction as well. So he needs to find a knockout from somewhere here, really, Aleksandrs. And he's certainly going to go after it. He's got heart. He's certainly got heart. But he's been in trouble since deep in that first round when he got caught. And as we describe it in boxing, I'm pretty sure he got buzzed. And it's very difficult to shake that off. Once that bell has been rung, you can't really unring it. Chopping down with the left hand there, Rafrafi. Trying to find that touch of space. Good combination again there, and on the inside. And the referee's having a little bit of a look at this because he's wide open here, Aleksandrs. He almost landed the right hand there, Rafrafi, but Aleksandrs just moved forward at the last second. Why on earth he's breaking them there, I do not know, because Rafrafi was just about to unload. He's just got to try and settle a little bit when he's going for the finish here, Rafrafi. It's there for him. But when he gets the opportunity, as he did when he spun his man on the ropes there, he just can't quite land. And as I say, you have to give Malinovskis credit because he's just doing enough to change the angle, to shut down the space, to make sure that he doesn't get landed on absolutely clean, because if he does, then this is over. But that's been the case for a while, into the final minute. That's a good stinging right hand there from Rafrafi. Well, the doctors have been called in here to check out something. A little bit of a blemish there, I think, on the somewhere on the face of Rafrafi. Malinovskis just almost jumping into Rafrafi there. And he's still going after it here, the Estonian. He's still keeping the belief, the Latvian rather, believing that he can win this. I've got all the time in the world for it, because he's been up against it for a long, long time here. But it's that fighter's desire and will and spirit to just refuse to lose, to never know when you're beaten. And there's a bit of damage underneath the right eyebrow, around the corner of the right eye there of Malinovskis as the final bell goes. And that's a good performance from Rafrafi. He's going to get the win here, there's no question about that. But looking at Malinovskis on the other side of the ring, I tip my hat to him. There he is. And he guts that out. He really did, because he got hurt probably about a minute before the end of the first round. And from that stage onwards, at no point did he try and tuck up and get through. He was swinging for the next 7 minutes, trying to turn this around, trying to work it back in his favour somehow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision in favour of your winner. In the blue corner, representing Tunisia, Youssef Rafrafi.
So Rafrafi goes through. And that takes care of business in the light heavyweight division. We'll now step up to the cruisers, 86 kilos. But another good fight, really good fight to watch. He was fighting through a fog there, Malinovskis, for well over half of that fight. And that's just how boxers are built. They somehow managed to find a way through. And Rafrafi just couldn't quite put him away.